The New Macedonia Baptist Church was organized on Wednesday, January 1st, 1958 by the Reverend H.C. Mack and the Reverend Lorenzo Young and a few members from the newly formed New Southern Rock Baptist Church. Reverend Lorenzo Young was appointed as the pastor, with church services being held at 5th and P Streets in the northwest quarter of Washington, D.C. On Sunday, April 13, 1958, the pastor and congregation, accompanied by a few friends, marched from the U.S. Capitol to a new location at 1000 East Capitol Street, Northeast, where a church dedicatory service was held. In 1960, God saw fit to call our first pastor, Reverend Lorenzo Young, from labor to reward. A meeting was held with the Reverend Robert Harrison of the New Samaritan Baptist Church, officiating in May of 1960, that the Reverend Robert L. Walls Sr. of Chadbourn, North Carolina, was elected to be the new pastor. Pastor Robert L. Walls Sr., who formerly served as pastor of Christ Memorial Baptist Church, came into New Macedonia with his fiery brand of dynamic preaching and anointed leadership, causing the church to grow and flourish.
Pastor Walls, oh, he was great. He knew his sheep. And he would ask you, where have you been? He knew when we weren't there. If I missed a Sunday, he knew it. And he would talk to us on the phone. He would call us. He was amazing.
Pastor Walls was, he was a good pastor. He liked to sing in groups, and he liked to go out preaching, just like my current pastor. He was nice. He was kind of a family man. He liked people, and that meant a lot. And everyone seemed to like him.
On Sunday, March 16, 1974, Pastor Walls, officers, congregation, friends, and visitors entered into the new edifice, built to accommodate 400 in seating capacity. The members of this church are most grateful to God for Reverend Dr. Robert Lee Walls Sr., whom God placed here to lead and guide us for 43 years. Under his Holy Spirit leadership, the New Macedonia Baptist Church grew spiritually and numerically. We thank God for placing Pastor Walls here as our under-shepherd. In January 2001, Reverend Dr. Robert L. Walls Sr. recommended Reverend Patrick J. Walker, a native of Washington, D.C., who was serving a thriving congregation in Martinsburg, West Virginia, to the officers and members of the New Macedonia Baptist Church to become his co-pastor and successor in the biblical model of Moses and Joshua.
Pastor Walker was a dynamic and thoughtful and fatherly pastor, having concern for all, and even as we came, as I came, is as if I had known him all along after a couple services, or after a short time in membership. And certainly he just provided the continued leadership that New Mass needed. And certainly after the passing of our former pastor, Patrick, senior pastor Patrick J. Walker, certainly continued in a great way in leading the New Macedonia Church.
Macedonia Baptist Church celebrates 60 years of ministry by reaffirming our pastor to win people to Christ, evangelism, and develop them to spiritual maturity, discipleship, while cultivating relationships with one another, fellowship, allowing them to visibly express God's love to others, service, in order to magnify God's name, worship. We exist for the purpose of demonstrating God's love and discipling God's people still.